What's up, everybody, and welcome to the third episode of the It's Thugwig Nasty podcast. Thanks to everybody that's already checked out the first two episodes. You are great. And guess what? I'm sticking with it. This is 3 weeks in a row that I have gotten it done. And if the audio sounds clear, it's because I'm not recording it from my car this week. I'm actually recording it from my house on a legit microphone. I'm not working today, so still got to stick with it. Still got to give myself an hour or so to record it like I would in my car. Gonna try not to overdo it, try not to shoot for perfection like we talked about last week, and just go for it and get it done. Going off what we did last week, we were talking about, making to-do lists and blocking your time into, segments so that you can be more efficient in the stuff that you're getting done so you don't get lost in what you're doing, but they're great making those to-do lists and blocking out your time, but I found that there's a larger player in the game. So it's, even though you're trying to implement these things, there's still something bigger than that you need to take care of. Like in our minds, we commit to doing things that we feel are important to us, but I found committing to myself is rarely a strong enough motivator to get things done. Sometimes. Most of the time. So one of the ways I've kept myself on track or accountable is by learning as much as I can on the subject. Basically, I'm trying to keep myself accountable on. So watching others stream, reading articles and like how-tos, and listening to podcasts from successful broadcasters like Professor Broman have really helped me out. So if you are a new broadcaster, I highly recommend the Broman podcast. Also, if you enjoy watching Twitch and video games and broadcasting and all that stuff, definitely follow him on Twitch. Search for Professor Broman. Awesome broadcaster. Definitely check him out. But like I said, this stuff doesn't only work for broadcasting, guys. So if there's something that you really want to do, like losing weight or anything like that, reading as many articles as you can, watching as many videos as you can really help keep you on track, towards reaching those goals. But anyways, the main way I'm keeping myself accountable is by using the accountability buddy method. I mean, obviously, this method's been around forever, but it basically involves you telling someone you care about what you want to remain accountable for, So obviously this needs to be someone that you do not want to let down. Otherwise, you're basically just committing to yourself again. And, for me, committing to myself, like I said, doesn't work all that great, especially on bigger, larger, loftier goals that you really can't see the end of the tunnel. You just got to keep working towards those things. So finding someone that you can talk to about the stuff that'll help keep you accountable is monstrous. So good idea with accountability buddy. So my accountability buddy, though, is all of you. It's this podcast. I say what I plan to do on here, and I feel if I don't do it, I'm letting you all down. So even if nobody's listening to this, and even if I'm just spitting words out into, the void of the internet, I still feel as if I'm talking to somebody. And even if it's just one person, I still have that, feeling of regret if I don't get something done that I said that I was going to do. So either way, thanks for being such a strong motivator for me, all you out there. Really appreciate it. So, but even if it's not a podcast, actually use like a good friend or a family member that will keep you on track, or become a leader of a group. So I've heard this from a couple other, motivational people. So becoming like a leader of a group with a common goal, like that'll motivate you, because you don't want to lose face in the community. That's like one of those things, people just don't want to lose face with their peers and others around them. So yeah, that'd be sweet. It's like if you want to lose, weight and you want to get a bunch of people in a group. Sorry, I keep using weight. I'm really into fitness and stuff, so that comes up a lot. But if you're trying to lose weight and you start a group and you're the leader of that group, you're going to push yourself, to get things done, because you're like leading everybody else and they're all trying to get to that common goal. So, could be a strong motivator. Give it a shot for sure. All right, guys, and now it's time for the LWR, or last week's review, for the people that are starting on episode 3. You're crazy? Go back to episode 1. Anyway, so last week, the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 happened. So there's a couple of streams that I did on that. But so far, I've only really played multiplayer because that's really all I'm interested in right now, except that the zombies does look pretty sweet. And obviously the new Battle Royale version of the game, Blackout, everyone is like super excited over. But again, I'm not really into Battle Royale, but sooner or later, if I get a group together, I'll probably give it a shot and try it out because it's just getting really good reviews. So I will definitely check it out. But as for multiplayer, I'm really enjoying it. The game plays a lot like Black Ops 3, minus the wall running and all that stuff. The time to kill is a little longer, but it still feels really good. But this is also the first time I've played a Call of Duty game on PC, so the learning curve is huge. So like the first couple days that I was playing, I was struggling like mightily because the PC players that have always played the stuff on PC were just crushing me. So I'm learning though, and actually the last few days I've been getting a lot better. So I think it's just practice and all that stuff. Now using a mouse and keyboard instead, everyone was using controllers back in the day, so everyone was kind of had that same crutch, you know. I mean, I still have a controller I could use, but I don't want to play like that. I want to play with a mouse and keyboard. I want to be able to play like the rest of the good players out there, not trying to be top tier, you know. Always casual, you know, forever casual, hashtag. So last week I said that I was going to do 3 to 4 streams, and I did end up doing 3 streams. I meant to get a 4th one in, but some other stuff came up and I had to deal with it. So that's what we did. So we definitely got more engagements this last week, less views than the first few streams. But I was playing more Call of Duty. My first stream was Destiny. I think it was on a Wednesday or Tuesday. And then the second 2 streams were longer, and they were Call of Duty. But so many people were playing Call of Duty. I was still very happy with how many views were coming through and the engagements of the posts and videos. So that was super exciting. Actually had some people to talk to. I mean, a lot of the people I already knew, but that's great. Whatever. There's people in there talking, chatting it up. And I mean, that just helps the algorithm. So, but honestly, it's definitely becoming apparent that most people don't understand how Facebook Live works. You know, everyone that uses Twitch and all that stuff kind of already understands it. You know, you're watching someone play a video game, but you're not actually there for the game. You're there for the broadcaster, and the community is typically why you're there. So, like, the video's live. You know, you can chat, and the floating head will talk back. But, you know, most people don't really understand that. It is kind of strange, you know, but it's still in the early stages. You know, obviously it's moving forward, then, you know, it's not that early, but there's still some, you know, bugginess to it at times that I've seen. It's like not real polished, you know, Facebook Live, when it comes to streaming video games and stuff like that. Like if you're just using a mobile device and shooting like a video of yourself talking or whatever, it works like great. But this whole streaming from the PC, using OBS or whatever, it's a little buggy. So there's some stuff that I'm working out. I don't know if it's better for the level up members. So like when you know, become, I don't know what they call them. They're not really partners. I don't know what they call them. Anyways, when they're in the level up program, I don't know if they get a boost to that kind of stuff or not. But I need to get to 100 followers before that can happen. So help me out, guys. Share the page if you haven't already. Could really use some more follows, so I can try to get towards that and see if it helps anything. But the best thing so far is the data that Facebook produces. Like, it really helps seeing what's working and what's not working. Like, there's just so many data points that you can go into, and it's like, whoa, holy crap, there's this and that. It got this many engagement, this many views. There's 3-second views, so I can see how many people are just stopping in, how many people I'm missing, you know, trying to, it's the retention rate on Facebook that, you know, I struggle with. Actually, most people struggle with, just because, again, people don't understand how the live, you know, portion of the videos work, and because they're kind of being funneled in there after watching maybe a non-live video, you know, so then they realize, oh, I'm watching a live video, I'm out of here, you know, something like that. But yeah, so there's whole new things that I have to learn on that end. But as far as Facebook broadcasters go, I found a cool one that I enjoyed watching this week, and I'll probably hang out in the community for sure, because they're pretty positive and fun to be around. Obviously, most of the people that I'm going to refer on this podcast, broadcaster-wise, are people that remain positive and aren't super salty and negative and toxic. Like, that's not what I want to be a part of, nor should most others, honestly. But I don't know if I'm saying this right or not, but it's called Polonumized. It's spelled Poloniumized. Polonumized. or something like that. But everyone calls him Polo. I think his real name's Marco, so it's a really cool play on words. So it's like Marco Polo. Very funny dude. But he plays Fortnite, and he was playing some Call of Duty this past week. Very, very positive community. Like I said, very welcoming and inviting. He's on all the social media platforms as far as I can tell. But anyways, super cool. Check him out on Facebook. Come hang out with me when I'm in the chat. I'll share it whenever I can. So for this week, I want to continue streaming on Facebook 3 to 4 times this week. Maybe one of each game, keep it variety for now, just to help measure some of the metrics and see what either people enjoy watching, or check the times and stuff that I'm streaming. So maybe one stream will be Destiny, one stream will be Call of Duty, maybe even do some kind of side scroller like Dead Cells or something like that on another stream. Who knows? But then we'll measure the metrics, and yeah. So then getting this podcast out everywhere again and on YouTube. I want to work on like one new stream element this week. I'll show it to you when it's done. Should be pretty fun, pretty cool, and continue networking. So that's really the plans for this week. There is going to be a new poll this week on my Facebook. Definitely go check it out. It's going to be, what's your favorite late 90s, early 2000s Cartoon Network cartoon? So the choices are going to be Pinky and the Brain, Narf, Dexter's Laboratory, DD, Johnny Bravo, hoo-ha, or Powerpuff Girls. So yeah, get on there, vote it up, and I will reveal the results of that poll next week, and I'll probably throw it on Twitter and stuff as well to try to get a accumulation like I did with the last poll. As always, guys, thanks for listening, and be sure to check me out during the podcast this week. It's at its_ThugWigNasty on Facebook Live. Be sure to follow and like. I really appreciate it. I need to get those follows up because I want to make it to the next level. I need your help. Help me get there. But you're all amazing, and I hope you all have a great, fantastic, wonderful week. And I will talk to you next Monday. Bye-bye.